Hey guys, it's the Gundam Boy, and today we're gonna take a look at a bad gun. It's gonna be a terrible video. In fact, this gun's awful. Oh man. Yeah, that's right, we're taking a look at the worst gun to be added in the game, the AR-2 Coyote. They're listening. So I posted the photo of the gun when I finished upgrading it to the max, and the first comment I got on it was, take a bath. And you know what? I did take a bath. A long bath. Because the way I leveled up my Coyote was on the Hive world. Against every Hive Lord. It was just worm after worm after worm after worm after worm. And it wasn't easy, because every time I wanted to play a level 10 with people, they would all point like, you could be the host. And it's like, I don't want to be the host. That guy's gonna get me. Okay, but enough rambling. Let's get straight into the gun, because that's what you guys came here to see, not my freak out that I had on the Hive worlds. So, taking a look at the AR-2 Coyote, we have a damage of 75, a capacity of 45, recoil of 17, fire rate of 600, it has incendiary, and its medium armor pen. If we want to take a closer look, its durable damage is 10. But the main damage dealing part of this weapon is going to be the fire, as the fire has a standard damage of 100, and a versus durable, it's 100 as well. Looking at the attachments, for the optics we have a reflex sight, holographic sight, reflex sight, 4x combat scope, and a sniper scope, which you guys hated. You have the options for a nothing on your underbarrel, laser sights, vertical foregrip, angled foregrip, flashlight with vertical foregrip, laser sights, angled foregrip. Then we have the muzzles with the muzzle brake, no attachment, flash hider, and a compensator. You can say that the AR-2 breaks a lot of common trends with medium pen guns, is that the ergonomics is typically slow, but this one, for a gun like this, it's pretty snappy all around. I mean, it's bad! It's shit! Don't touch it! No! You can fire this gun in full auto, or you can fire it in semi-auto, and it takes this long to reload. The main thing that makes this gun unique is that it's one of the first ARs with incendiary in the game, which means damage fall off isn't a problem for a gun like this, as no matter the range you hit the enemy at, you'll still light them on fire. Makes this a ridiculous weapon against chaff. The only problem I have with this gun though is that I played with it on the Hive worlds, and that's a lot of underground dark cave missions, and it felt like I was getting flashbanged the entire time. And let me just show you what it looked like. And mind you, I'm not in a dark room, and no, turning off bloom didn't help. And the AR-2 Coyote is not that bad in semi-automatic mode, especially if you're trying to feather the ammo so you can spread it across multiple enemies to, you know, light them on fire. It's a pretty terrible gun all around, which is pretty effective at long ranges. On the bot front, this AR does perfectly fine, but you should keep in mind that they did make it a little bit harder to light enemies like the automatons on fire. Doesn't matter though, because once you light them on fire anyways, they still will fold like anybody else. Just a daily reminder about how bugged this game is, some automaton troopers don't even hold their gun. If I had a nickel for every time a pair of legs started floating away from me, I would have enough nickels to buy a new Helldivers game. If you're stingy with your ammo though, you could set this gun to semi-automatic and you could just click people until they burn to death. And because I play on mouse and the overall ergonomics of this gun isn't too bad, I can make very precise shots even on the rocket striders. You can even take down Devastators in the head with 2 shots. You don't have to worry about damage fall off with this weapon because you can still light enemies on fire from a distance. And the inclusion of this big ass sniper scope. I think I shot 3 scavengers in a trench cloak. Die! Die! With its fairly low durable damage on the gun, I think the main thing it will struggle with is killing the enemies with the actual bullet. Especially if you're shooting things like Devastators in the chest. And one of the craziest places I've seen this gun be used is on the illuminate front, because every voteless can die with 1 bullet. Again, my only concern is I wish I could see what I was shooting at. The semi-auto mode works perfectly fine against the voteless, as you can just click on them and they'll all die from the little fire damage. With the mix of this weapon being fire and medium pen means it makes it a pretty good counter against overseers. And as long as you can track your aim against the elevated overseers, you should get rid of them in no problem. Whether it be burning them to death or blowing their head off, it works either way. It also makes it kind of a counter to things like flesh mobs, as you could feather your mag out to kill them within 1 mag. If you're using this weapon on the bug front especially, you'll notice that against all the chaff, it doesn't take too much bullets to actually drop anybody. In fact, you could probably just spray at a good majority of the bugs and just start getting kills from it. It's even capable of countering hive guards because the fire damage just shreds them apart. And there's only one enemy that this gun really struggles with, and it's gonna be the Brood Commander. I think that Brood Commander was a ninja. Which is terrible on the Hive world, because there's just so many Brood Commanders. You're just gonna have to keep shooting him until his head pops or he dies from fire damage. But yeah, I think it's a pretty fun gun overall. If you enjoy fire assault rifles, then this is gonna be your gun. And I had an epiphany, because a lot of people were like, hey, you're the light pen guy, why are you using the medium pen gun? After looking at like videos from like Odo and Commissar Kai, it made me realize that this weird tribalism thing between light pen and medium pen is really stupid. If the AR-2 Coyote is a gun that you don't like, wouldn't you just not use it? And if it's in your teammate's inventory, why would it matter to you to begin with? And the whole meta talk as well. It's like a meta in a PvE game is kind of ridiculous. Every person has a gun that they like in this game, and some people just have a gun they don't like at all. Like, I haven't touched the ARC Blitzer 12 in forever, and you know what? People love this gun. You guys should focus on the fun of the game. Is this weapon fun to you guys? Because I personally had fun with it. Otherwise, leave a comment down below. See you guys later.